Right. I'm making a video that I thought I would actually never make, actually, because the more and more I'm listening on this types of topic, the more and more important it is actually to make this video. Basically, to get out some frustration and get out some ideas of what certain communication platform is, and because basically people just doesn't know. So yesterday, I were at the event with equal-minded people, are together just to talk about the hobby and just meet and greet and all that kind of stuff. And every single one of them were licensed radio amateurs. I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna say where I was, and because I don't want any trouble for that person or whatsoever. But I got there around late, somewhat late, and we were like, I don't know, perhaps we were 15 people in there, and we were excited to meet each other, stuff like that. So that was really cool, and a lot of people were talking, and every one of them, they knew that I was the newest member. I got my license still fresh in my pocket. It's 4 months old. Well, I still feel it is fresh in my pocket, not license paper. And I told them, and they asked me, Tom, what have you been up to? What are you talking on? And I told them that I'm talking on DMR radio. This radio, basically. I can literally talk to the entire world. Everyone knows that. And there were another guy there. He's old. He's been doing like radio stuff for like 50 years. And he told me that. Oh, he told me, almost quoting here. He told me, "Oh, you're talking on the fake stuff," something like that. And I was shocked. I was completely taken off here. And I told him that I'm talking on DMR of various type of reason. And no, DMR is not fake. You still need a license to talk on that. But it is a platform that has a place in the radio amateur world. And he was like, he didn't tell anything else, but he had like as far as I understood on him, the way he was talking, he had like an honest opinion that it was totally not. That this is a fake platform, and you don't talk and on that and stuff like that. It's not real. I had that feeling when he told that. And there were another guy, not gonna tell names, but he was defending that DMR had a place in society, and he was really angry at the other guy. So that started up a heated discussion on DMR and that it is real, and the other side, oh, it's not real and stuff like that. And I didn't tell anything because I didn't want to escalate the situation any further. But the more and more I'm thinking about it, the more and more I'm glad that I am on a platform that all guys believe it is a fake communication platform. I can advertise for DMR. DMR is a great platform to start on if you don't have a lot of money, and if your QTH is not permanent. DMR is great, especially for the urban people that doesn't have any space to put on a big HF antenna like the old guys have. Uh, and I was kind of like explaining it to him why I was on the platform. And I think, I hope that he understand what the DMR is basically for everyone that has a license. Just you need a license to talk on that. And I hope you understand what it is. For me, DMR, I was recommended DMR because it's an easy platform to start on compared to HF where you probably need some expensive equipment. And I told them that of two things. My QTH is not permanent. I cannot set a permanent antenna in my backyard here. I'm renting. And two, I cannot afford an HF radio plus antenna and all that yet, but I am working on it. I just got my DMR for the car, and now I'm saving up like uh I'm saving up $200 a month. That's what I can do. So maybe in a half year, I probably have some decent HF equipment. Um, but that will be a different topic. So I was attempted to say a lot of stuff, but I probably just say here, and of in the enlightenment of what happened on Bouvet Island this year, the expedition to the Bouvet Island, and they are QRT now. And let me get their call sign. There's a Norwegian expedition to Bouvet Island um, to communicate. Also, people will have a very rare um, call sign in their logbook. It's 3 Yankee 0 Juliet. That's their that's your call sign. You also find a Facebook group, the 3 Yankee 0 Juliet, on the Bouvet Iceland DX expedition. And now here's some things that I learned from that expedition. People just don't behave. You have people there that making various types of platform non-usable by basically disturbing it. You have the FT8 frequencies that, well, basically frequencies that FT8 was used. They whistling in the microphone. They're talking in those frequencies to uh, prevent FT8 from working. In the United States, you have people that is whistling, all guys, that is whistling on WinLink frequencies because they believe that WinLink is not radio amateur. You have another YouTuber. She's called YL Raisa. She's a Russian radio amateur. Kudos to her because she's making a great content, even though she is from Russia. I like her content. I really do. I am subscribed. I highly recommend it. And there's another, and and she showed some recording of the frequency that she was on that was related to the Bouvet expedition. And you had a guy there was telling with a strong German accent, "Welcome to kindergarten." And I I was, how to explain it? I was shocked. So she was too. And then the more and more I am thinking about why people does behave like this, uh, the more and more I kind of feel sorry for them because you have people out there that believes that the only way to be a radio amateur is talking, like literally talking on HF frequencies analog with great antenna and great radio of a specific brand and stuff like that. You have those beliefs, and that's the people that will do anything to destroy a great hobby on any other platform, like WinLink, Echolink, DMR, UHF, VHF, all the other platform. I think personally, I think each one of us should uh, go into ourselves and think about what is ham radio. All right, let's Google it. Basically, let's Google it. So I'm gonna Google what is a radio amateur. What's a radio amateur? According to Wikipedia, radio amateur, also known as a ham radio, basically amateur radio, radio amateur, basically switch the word. What is an amateur radio? An amateur radio is use of radio frequencies spectrum for purpose of non-commercial exchange of messages. That's what a radio amateur is. So then I was thinking, what is it really? I think I understand what it is. And now I'm talking about the person, the radio amateur operator, basically. And so let's Google what is a ham radio operator to. I'm just googling it basically. An amateur radio operator is someone who uses equipment at an amateur radio station to engage in two-way personal communication with other amateurs. That's the definition of an amateur radio operator. It doesn't matter what platform you are. If you are on Echolink, which a lot of people are, I've been there. That was my first contact, by the way, after I got my license. I was on Echolink. That was great to talk to American. And it's the analog equipment like the Baofeng radio. I actually have two of them here. This is a Baofeng radio that a lot of people starts with. It's a great platform. You can talk to a lot of people. If you live nearby an analog repeater, you can talk to people. It costs $30. You have those people that must start in small because they cannot afford an HF radio. You have like me. I don't have HF radio. You have like me that starts a little bit more expensive, but I can talk to entire world for $270. Beat that, HF guys. I can talk to entire world with a quality of 5.9. You know what I'm talking about here. For $270. If I choose another brand, I could probably do for a little bit less. So what is a radio amateur operator? It's the guy who is engaging a two-way communication on any platform. If you're doing FT8, FT4, PSK31, and any other platform that on a digital platform, you're still, by definition, talking and communicating over analog frequencies. If you break it down, eventually you talk on regular frequencies, except it is in digital form. So I think, and especially the older guys, that's the hardcore older guys of what an radio amateur. I think you guys should, and again, is only a few, not everyone. I think you should thinking about it that, and of course accept that there are different platforms to communicate on. And if you don't like the platform, just stay away. Just don't make any disturbance. The thing is, radio amateurs has developed a lot in 100 years. What we started with is CW because we didn't have any other technology. The next greatest invention after that was the amplitude modulation. That's when things really kicked out. Then you had FM, and after that you have double sideband, or SSB for that matter. And after that, everyone started on digital platform because you can communicate further out with less power. You can literally talk to Bouvet Island on 10 watt from Norway. That's a long distance on FT8. If you're really good. And was I angry? Was I sad about the event from yesterday? A little bit. Because I was hoping that I will be met with an understanding that I cannot right now afford to an HF. Not yet, but I am saving up for one. If you if you Google an amateur radio station, let's Google it. Amateur radio station. You will, and if you go on Google and you go in pictures, images like Google Images, and you search for amateur radio stations, most of the picture you will see there is with modern equipment. That's what you will see. I think I think I've been talking a lot of stuff here, but we have a way to do stuff. We have a long way to do so everyone is accepted regardless of which platform they are on. And I hope when you're watching this video, just leave a comment here what you think about the video, because this is a very important topic where you have the older generation that strongly believes that the only way to be a ham radio operator is to use analog equipment and talking on analog HF frequencies. And you also have the other guys next door where they believe that any platform you talk on is radio amateur hobby. This is a hobby without any borders. So it is important for us to accept each other that we are on different platforms. A radio amateur is the guy that is staying updated on all of the knowledge that is for now and for the future. If you are the guy that strongly believes otherwise, I kind of feel sorry for you, because you're not only limiting other people's on your beliefs, but you're actually limiting on yourself, because there's so many people out there that is not on the HF, but on all their platform as well. You're probably I don't know, talking to about 15% on people on HF. That's radio amateurs. The rest of the guys are staying on digital platforms. All right, I've been talking for about 17 minutes here. So I hope that everyone that's watching this video can think a little bit through this, what I'm been telling you. Who is the radio amateur, basically? Well, it is everyone that has a license and talk and can communicate two-way with everyone else. That is a radio amateur. Okay. I think this will be it for this time. If you like the video, just thumbs up or thumbs down. Just please leave your comments, because I really need it. And with that, Lima Bravo 6 Quebec Juliet is signing off. Hope you liked the episode. This frequency is available. Bye bye.